I'm insecure about my nose because I feel it's too big. I'm insecure about my teeth because I feel my top teeth are too big and my lower teeth are too, I guess they're not straight enough. And I'm insecure about the slight overbite I have. I'm insecure about sunspots that I have on my arms that I try to, I guess, wear long sleeve more so that they won't be exposed. And I'm a bit insecure about how skinny I am. But other than that, I think that's it. Being the firstborn child, I feel affected me because I was born. Well, once my little brother was born, I was expected to be more responsible and to be the role model for my brother and sister when she was born, to protect them and to uh, help them out with things that my parents can't help them out with. And that, I guess, made me a more like helpful person because I don't mind helping people. Like I guess I'm not. I'm used to sharing in a way. I guess sharing with my brother and sister. Um, uh, I feel like it's made me a more caring person, being the firstborn, because when I was little, they would always come to me for love, I guess you can say, when my parents weren't around. So I became a more caring person because of my brother and sister. Um, Before, I guess I was more obedient with my parents, and I would always try to be as obedient as possible so my brother and sister wouldn't grow up to be disobedient children with my mother and father. Most of my personality has been affected by my father because he's pretty calm, and I'm like that too. I'm pretty calm when it comes to like being calm, but he also likes to joke a lot, which is what I also like to joke. I like to joke a lot with people. Um, he has a slight temper with certain things, and I also have a slight temper with certain things, and I feel like in a way, everybody who like has known my dad for years basically tells me that I'm a bit of like a copy of him. So I don't know. I feel like me and my dad have a lot of common traits, and a lot of the things that I got today are because I used to look up at him as a child. So that's probably why my personality is the way it is. Um, yeah, I love playing soccer, just like he used to love playing soccer. So even that is something I got from my dad, and yeah. And from my mom, I guess I got the more caring, sensitive side from my mom more than my dad. My dad is more rock hard, don't show emotion type guy. I feel my cultural environment affected my personality in a very um, like minor way, I guess. Because once we moved here to Douglasville from Boston, I really wasn't exposed to much. We moved into a quiet, peaceful neighborhood, not much around it. Can't really go anywhere without a car. So it wasn't like in Boston how I can just walk to a store or something like that. So basically, I was stuck in the house with not much to do but watch TV, and my parents didn't really take us out much. So my surroundings didn't play much of a role in my personality, other than it made me a very quiet person at first, until I went to school here and I got to know people around here. I have a lot of different group of friends, but I guess you can say the main group of friends that I usually hang around with are, um, I guess my like like the group of friends I go to play soccer with. We usually go and play at the fields like 3 times a week, and we go and play against people from other schools, and in hope that we improve. And it's made me a more competitive person because it, unlike school, it's made me competitive. This peer group in general, general, has made me more competitive with people outside of my school, which was not the case before I started playing with my group of friends. Um, Not only that, since it's all guys, and we usually joke around a lot with each other, so it's made me um, it's made me more of a joker. So that's all the way it's made me positive. It's made me um, it's made me realize that I really don't like to lose. So yeah, because I get ticked off really bad when we lose. So yeah, I guess you can say that's negative, a little bit of positive, but yeah, it depends on how you. I feel like my family has affected my personality a lot because being around them makes me a more caring, loving person, a more affectionate person because my family is pretty affectionate. Um, it's made me basically who I am, and because everything, I guess, everything started with my family. I guess you can say. All of my family jokes around. All of my family is loving and caring, so that's where I got that from, and that's from there. That's where I guess it expanded with other people. But I guess you can say the family is of course the base of my personality because that's who I've been with all my life. So of course they've affected my personality in a positive and negative way because we all are pretty we all are pretty stubborn with each other, I guess you could say. So yeah. School has made me a social person because school really usually introduces everyone to people who are around their age. So around pre-K, you're introduced and around kids that are on your age instead of being with your mom. So you start to be a bit more social. So I feel like going to school when I was little really played a role in me stop being so attached to my mom because I was overly attached to my mom for my age. I feel I was. So going to school kind of made me um, cling on to my mom less. Um, it's made me want to learn more. It's made me, I guess, it's like I guess I've always been a curious person, so I guess coming to school and like listening to something that I find to be interesting, I'll basically go and research about it if I'm more curious about it to learn about it more. But that's not for most things that really matter. So, but other than that, it's also made me a competitive person because, well, you always have to get better grades. So, I guess you see someone else's grade. I see somebody else's grade, and I compare it to mine. And if it's worse, I'll try harder or find somehow to get better at than the person that I compared my grade to. Um, it's also made me a competitive person in sports because I didn't play sports outside of school, so I've only played sports for school, so it's also made me a competitive person in sports. Well, I feel mass media has affected my personality in a negative way. Um, I feel like mass media, like TV shows, um, sometimes advertisements, and like sometimes songs, um, uh, like I guess they promote things that aren't always important. And although for me, it doesn't really influence me directly, it it does play a part. Like for example, like on TV shows where they talk about um, how you have to have the latest um, phone or the latest shoes or whatever like that, or like the latest clothes on, or the newest, the most expensive clothes to be important or relevant. I feel like um, in a way it affects not only my personality, I feel like it affects everybody's personality. It makes some people feel that it's true and some people that don't agree with it. But for me, it I guess makes me a bit insecure because I don't have any of that, and I don't feel it makes me any different. But when I see other people with it who used to make fun of me for something like that, I feel that's how indirectly mass media affects with my personality, because mass media goes and affects somebody else's personality, and then it comes to me. So yeah, that. But me personally, I don't focus on things like what what shoes I'm wearing and how new they are, how expensive my clothes is.
I see a charismatic, a kind, very gentle person. I see somebody who's really maturing. Um, I see somebody who tries to help but doesn't always succeed at it. I see I see somebody who is like always joking around and trying to be playful and stuff. Maybe not so serious all the time. Although when it comes down to it, he'll do what he needs to get done. Yeah, that's pretty much what I see.
When I look into the mirror, I see, well, myself, first of all. So, yeah. But, I think what this is asking me, this question, is like, who am I guess you can say. Well, I guess I can just describe myself. Well, first of all, when I look into the mirror, I just see my insecurities, which I spoke about earlier, and I see like how I overthink things. Like I'm not simple. Like I don't take things simple. I complicate things more than they should be. Um, I see how indecisive I am, so I see how hard it is for me to make a simple decision, which correlates with overthinking things as well. But that's usually when I'm in a bad mood. So when I look at myself when I'm in a good mood, I usually see how happy I am, or how crazy and I guess fun I am. Uh, mm, Most of all, I just see some myself basically. I really can't describe it some other way. It's not easy talking about yourself, I guess, for me, because I mean, I don't know. I guess I just see the good and bad in me. That's what I see.